So back to another section from How to Win Friends and Influence People. And this is a really good one because I feel like most of us like to hear ourselves talk, but that always isn't the best approach to, go about gaining the support of somebody or, having a first introduction. If you're just talking the whole time, the person's gonna say, this guy just wants to hear himself talk and he's an idiot, he's not that smart, this, and this. I barely was able to get a word out, and that's why this section of the book is so important. And this is chapter 4, an easy way to become a good conversationalist. And this chapter is basically just telling you, shut up. Just shut up. And what I mean by shut up is not that you can't be a part of the conversation, but when you're first meeting somebody and you really need to make a good impression, it might not be the worst thing to just ask them questions for hours upon hours and show that you're genuinely interested. And this is something that is great to do with people that are especially older than you. If you want to make a great impression on somebody that is, either your boss or a family member or a relative or somebody that you are trying to get to know on a deeper level, a good way to go off is just ask them about themselves. Hey, what did you do when you were younger? What were your goals? How did you do this? How did you do that? And actually show a genuine interest. Because nowadays, it is so few and far in between when anybody has a genuine interest about anybody. We only care about TikTok. We only care about Instagram. We only care about, what kind of car this person buys, what kind of designer clothes they have. Oh, I listen to this rap music. There's no genuine human connection anymore. And if you can just, I don't necessarily want to say fake it, but just pretend like you're more interested than you really are and show genuine affection for the person. Be like, that's awesome. That's great to hear. I'm so happy that you got to your goals. I'm so happy that everything worked out for you. That's something I really want for myself, and you're an inspiration to me. You can just say little things like this in the course of a conversation when you're asking somebody about their life, and that's gonna go such a long way to making a great impression. And so many of us we want to be liked by just telling jokes or dominating the conversation or having the right politics or having the right opinions, but the true surefire way to get in somebody's good graces is to sit next to them and be like, how's your day? How's everything with you? What are your goals? What are your aspirations? What are the things that you're doing each day to, really set yourself apart from your peers? Or what are the things that you've done in your life that have gotten you to this level of success? Or, you see that they have a certain interest in a certain subject and they're somewhat expert. Be like, hey, I don't know anything about this. Can you explain this to me? And if you just show a genuine interest in someone's passion, they will go on for hours upon hours upon hours, and they will just not shut up. And mind you, if you don't have the time to spare, you might not want to do this. But at the same time, if you need to make a good impression on somebody, this is something that I would very much suggest, because there have been times where I've literally sat in the room with adults, and from the time I was 14 or 15, I would just ask questions, and to this day, those same adults are still enamored with how mature I am. I'm not mature at all. I'm one of the most immature people you'll ever meet, but in the eyes of these adults, I was always asking questions that were well beyond my age, that were, stimulating to them, and because of that, for some reason, they think I'm smarter than I am, but that's a story for another time. But hopefully this is something that you're going to take with you, you're going to learn from, and you're going to start applying it. Because when you realize that asking questions and having genuine interest is the surefire solution for people to like you, you're not going to have very many people that dislike you anymore. And that's what this is all about. This is all about getting better at communicating, getting better at getting your point across, and doing it in a way where you can be heard and the other person can be heard as well. And if we have more of that in the world's going to be a much better place. So I think we should really all read this book, and I'll leave a link in the description to the book if you want to check it out. Thank you so much for making it this far. I'm going to continue to do sections of this book. I'm going to continue to do other books I'm reading, and if you want to stick around on the channel, subscribe, like the video. Thanks so much for making it this far. I'll catch you in the next one.